We started the Constitutional Court here, where the 8th formal hearing of the impeachment trial against the president is underway. For details on this, I have our top office correspondent Oh Soo-young standing by live. Soo-young, welcome back. So the session today, I hear, began with the head of the National Intelligence Service taking the stand. Let's start there, Soo-young.
Sure, Sunny. So Intelligence Chief Cho Tae-yong seemed to cast doubts over what his deputy had said last week, that President Yoon had ordered the arrest of certain political figures, among others, on the night of the martial law on December 3rd. Now, the Deputy Director Hong Jang-won had said he'd heard 14 to 16 public figures named as targets for arrest by Counterintelligence Commander In-hyung, which he wrote down on a notepad outside the director's residence. He claimed the secretary helped decipher it later, thus there are 2 notes in total. However, Director Cho Tae-yong says, based on CCTV footage, Hong was not outside but in his office at the time that he said he wrote the memo. Cho also said there appeared to be 4 versions of the note, seeming to suggest there was some fabrication on Hong's part. Cho added that he heard last year during a parliamentary committee meeting that Hong had asked for 7 separate requests regarding personnel appointments to a former opposition party lawmaker who previously worked at the NIS under the last administration. Now, this led Cho to seriously question Hong's political neutrality. President Yoon also spoke out on this, saying that he'd initially called Hong on the night of the martial law as he thought the NIS director was abroad. Once he realized this, he called Hong again simply to encourage him on operations to crack down on spies. Former Seoul Metropolitan Police Commissioner Kim Bong-sik and the head of the Capital Defense Command's first security group, Cho Sung-yeon, are also key witnesses today. Kim said that he had not been directly ordered to lock down the National Assembly and was deploying police there to ensure public safety. He also denied he'd been given orders to make arrests. Now, Cho Sung-yeon's questioning session is still taking place. He was summoned to the trial by the judicial bench as his boss, Capital Defense Commander Lee Jin-woo, refused to on questions regarding the President's direct orders on sending troops to the National Assembly and the arrest of politicians. Cho said that he was ordered to pull out lawmakers from the National Assembly and to carry blank rounds on the day martial law was declared by Commander Lee, but was not told to break down the doors or to make arrests.
I see. Meanwhile, Soo-young, have you heard anything at all about a potential extension of the hearings?
Well, Press Officer Chun Jae-in said on Wednesday that she has not been told of any additional hearings to be scheduled. And when asked about the possibility of the trial wrapping up this week, she simply says she doesn't know. And she also refused to elaborate on how a trial would normally wrap up, saying that she, again, doesn't know about this. Based on previous cases, though, we can assume that it would take around 2 to 3 hours for both the petitioner and the respondent to make their final arguments. Now, as there's a full day of witness questioning today, experts predict that there should be 1 or 2 more hearings scheduled to wrap things up. But if the hearings do conclude today, then the verdict could come as early as late February. Former President Park Geun-hye underwent 17 trials in her own impeachment trial, while former President Roh Moo-hyun's trial involved 7 hearings. Now, Park's impeachment was upheld after 11 days, and Roh Moo-hyun's it was dismissed after 14 days.
Right then, Soo-young, with regard to President Yoon Suk-yeol, what looks to affect the timeline of the verdict on his impeachment case then?
Well, it really depends on a number of factors. One being whether the court decides to accept additional witnesses or not. And so far, the court has accepted 15 witnesses, 7 from the National Assembly side and 8 from President Yoon's side. And this really compares to the number of witnesses approved during former President Park Geun-hye's trial, where there were 37 witnesses approved, although, of course, only 25 of them turned up in court. The President's side today also reapplied for Prime Minister Han Duck-soo, who the court rejected on Tuesday, and asked to resummon former National Intelligence Service Deputy Director Hong Jang-won. They also asked for National Police Agency Commissioner General Cho Ji-ho to be made to stand as witness, as he failed to show up again today due to health issues. Experts say that there could be some ramifications later if the justices don't show due process. Another variable affecting the timeline is the dispute case related to acting President Choi Sang-mok's decision not to appoint Ma Eun-hyuk as a Constitutional Court justice. If the Constitutional Court upholds the jurisdictional dispute and Ba is then appointed, the court will return to its full 9-member bench and Ba would participate in the president's trial. Yoon's team might request a retrial process then, asking Ba to review evidence records from the beginning, which would inevitably delay the ruling.
Right, I see. All right, Soo-young, thank you for that coverage. That was our Oh Soo-young reporting live with the latest on the impeachment trial of President Yoon Suk-yeol.